Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. Trust that all are well and that you are in a healthy place, safe. We know that there are fires raging all over my state. I arose to a beautiful orange sun. So, in that process, we're doing everything that we can to maintain our health and safety. We want folks to be able to, if you're going to do this breathing, you want to be inside. And so we want to be able to do that in a way that enables everyone to breathe fully and deeply. And in doing so, we want to be able to do it in such a way that everyone is able to still achieve the maximal result and impact of our breathing. Just want a brief note, we talked about the cooling breath last session. So while I have a moment, I want to just at the very top talk about, if you're dealing with smoke, fires, those sorts of things, I know we want to have a disciplined practice, but what you want to do is to not be out in that if you can, and keep your hydration up. Keep your nasal passages clear if you have access to a neti pot or something like that. It would be rather helpful to keep the nasal passages clear. And if you have screens and all that stuff for your space, what you can do is you can still practice indoors. So I want to be able to get that going. And so today what we'll do is, it's not a shift from what we normally do. We're going to still go over, roll over and roll back. And as we do that, we want to make sure that in that we talk about some of the immune pieces, as we know that many of us are in places where the fires are raging. And even if they aren't raging, the smoke and ash is impacting our daily lives. So that's going to be some of the subdued aspect of the the light behind me. You got a mist and ash mixed together, and I don't normally devote the top of class to talk about this, but I just want to, that if you're in an urban area, we don't train in fog. And so this kind of ash mist would be another one of those particular unique situations of urban living, as well as some rural living because of where the ash and the smoke and the fires are raging. Just want to be able to make sure that y'all can have this information so that you get it. That's not something that we want to be deep breathing in. Okay? Now, if you're in a rural place and it's not a lot of modern things around, the air may still be breathable because it's pine or one of those wonderful smelling trees, pine, oak, redwood, but we want to be able to have a space where you're still indoors during this particular piece because the ash is coming down. You don't want to breathe any of that potentially toxic fumes into the body. So please take extra care. We're going to get in. We got our Asar Stance. We have our bow, Asar Stance, Qigong. We're going to do the exercises for ward off left and right, grasp the bird's tail exercise, and then we're going to get into roll the ball and roll back. We went over the footwork. We'll maybe go over the footwork today, depending on what our time is looking like. Then we'll get into our breathing exercise, and we'll get into wisdom from the sages of the ages and bow out. All right. All right, so we got that set up, so we're ready to start it out from the top. Get to a position where the feet are together, heels together, make a 90-degree angle, Wuchi position. Pyramid hands. And we bow in, saying to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Pyramid hands. Let's shift all the weight to the right leg, pick up the left, step, shift the weight, balance the weight between the legs. Sit down on the legs, tuck the bottom. Get a couple of breaths in here. Open the hands in the Asar Stance position. Notice the legs as the roots of a tree sending down into the earth. The torso is the tree trunk. Arms are the branches, hands are the leaves. The head is suspended and balanced on top of the spinal column. The golden thread extending into the heavens. We're using the bellows breathing, seeing the breath go down into the cauldron, into the big full space in the abdomen. We're going to breathe for 16 breaths. Let us begin. Get a little deeper, 4 breaths. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight to the right, slide the left foot in, Wuchi position. 2 breaths. Shake it out. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Wuchi. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight. Step. Heel first. Balance the weight. Holding a ball of golden white light in each palm. 2 breaths. Rotating the hands into oneness. 2 breaths. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. 2 breaths. Putting the hands between the legs, 2 breaths. Into oneness. 2 breaths. Rabbit through the chute. Into oneness. Into the elbows. Enter oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs. 2 breaths. Enter oneness. Pyramid hands. Shift the weight, slide the foot in. Chi. 2 breaths. Shake it out. All right, feet parallel, shoulders width. Take your right hand, place it here. Left hand here. Breathing in. And out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. As you breathe in, bring the left hand up to meet the right. As you breathe out, both hands come down. We go into the gathering. Remember to do your bellows breathing. And down. Hands are here. 90-90. Palms facing the head. 2 breaths. Palms out. 2 breaths. Bring the hands down. Bring them together. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms out as we raise the hands towards the heavens 8 times. Hands come down, and we go into swinging arms. And let them swing. All right, gonna sink down and do open the chest 5 times. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Good, good. Back to the feet parallel, shoulders width. Right hand on top of the left hand. You'll see a ball of gold and white light in between the palms of the hands. Now you're going to shift the weight to the right. And we begin wave hands like clouds. And back to center. Sun rises over the mountain and sun sets. We're going to ward off right and left 4 breaths. One more. One more, and we go right into grass bird's tail exercise, 4 breaths. Stepping back, hands down, quick sunrises over the mountain sunsets. One more. Check it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. All right, sinking down, feet parallel, shoulders width. Go in the flow all the way to grasp the bird's tail. And hold it here. Shift the weight, turn on the right toes, step. As you're stepping, bring the right hand up to meet the left. Shift the weight, pick up the left toes, pivot, and roll the ball. Let it go. Shift the weight back. Let the hands come down as you turn the waist into roll back. Release. Come back to straight and parallel, shoulders width. Sinking down as you exhale. Flow all the way through. Again, feet parallel, shoulders width. Sinking down as you exhale, sun rises. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Exhale as you sink. Again. Step back, shake it out. All right. Grab a seat so we can do the breathing exercises. Sit tall. I'm going to breathe as long as the arms today. Sitting tall. Right index finger blocking the right nostril, left arm out. Want to breathe as long as the arms. You want to follow from your peripheral vision into your regular vision with the eyes straight ahead. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathing in, now 10 times fast fire breath. Deep breath in, bring it in. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in, bring it in. Out. 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 Arms down, hands on top of the knees, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. Release. All right, excellent. Excellent. So we're now to our wisdom from the sages of the ages. Today we'll be going from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, Clear the Mind. All right, so this one is from poem A Hermit, says, speak to us of pleasure. And this is the ending paragraphs from that one. And it says, we'll start with a complete sentence. So, go to your fields and your gardens, and you shall learn that it is the pleasure of the bee to gather honey of the flower. But it is also the pleasure of the flower to yield its honey to the bee. For to the bee, a flower is a fountain of life, and to the flower, a bee is a messenger of love. And to both bee and flower, the giving and the receiving of pleasure is a need and an ecstasy. O people, be in your pleasures, like the flowers and the bees. Wonderful session. We do different alternate nostril breathing exercises on different days. I wanted to do that one. That's a really cleansing alternate nasal exercise. So they both work and activate the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. But breathing as long as your arms also works the eyes. And so that serves to help them to move a bit and relax. And it's hugely important for the eye muscles, as well as doing the bellows breathing while you're doing that. It actually cleanses. And this is the introductory form. Once we get everybody at 10 minutes of Asar Stance, and we get folks at the intermediate level of the form, which is about about in the first third still. So we get about near halfway through the form, and we'll go to the intermediate phase of that particular breathing exercise. So that way you can begin to see how it has some real cleansing, and it's designed to open up the digestive system, to flush stuff out of the digestive system, as well as to clear the nasal system. And those are two systems that interact. When they work well and they're working optimally, they really aid and support the immune system's functioning. So with that, I want to be grateful that we were all here together today. To sum up, we went through the form. After the Asar Stance, we went directly into the exercises, ward off right and left, roll the ball, grasp the bird's tail, and then roll the ball and release and roll back. We teach those two together so you can get the weight shift and the movement. We need to be at 10 minutes. And for those of you who are beginning our seasonal community fast on the 15th, so these exercises and movements will be able to aid and enhance your experience. During this time until mid-November, it would be ideal for you to know the things that irritate you, to get on your nerves, and to be able to calm down and breathe and be at peace. Things right now have a tendency to pick up in flame, and so we want to be able to manage that effectively. So for all of you, I want to say as we bow out, we say, to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher, bearing our respect and honor to the ancestors and to the eternal witnesses of the earth and sky. We say, Ashe. And I say to you, Hatep, which means peace, and then Ankuja Seneb, life, health, and strength. Practice, practice, practice. Asar Stance at least 10 minutes. If you're having challenges with doing that, get at me over the social media. It's essential that you get there because of the things that we're doing, both with the body and the internal systems. It's important. Peace.